Grant Miller here. Today we're going to talk about barbecue. We're going to talk about beef. We're going to talk about beef, everything. Meat. Well, first, I did not recognize. Mel, you're kicking butt. What do you do, man? Are you modeling now?
Not at all, man. I'm just trying to live a healthy lifestyle at this point.
Wow. Mel is well known across the country because you're from Texas.
I am.
And people from Texas know how to barbecue.
I think so.
Why do people from Texas know how to barbecue compared to somebody from Chicago or?
It's in our blood, man.
It's in our blood?
It's in our blood. We grow up from kids, like babies, eating barbecue, cooking barbecue. And it's just a family, surrounded like with family, and we're always just, that's what we do.
And we got Josh Premier Meats. This guy, did you play baseball?
I played up until high school. I stopped.
Well,
and then I wrestled.
Now you're hitting it out of the park.
Thank
Josh
you.
Premier Meats used to be off of Bird Road and 72nd, give or take. Now it's on Red Road, serving Coral Gables, South Miami, Pinecrest, Cutler Bay. You serve everybody.
Anyone in Miami, we're taking care of them.
So I remember your location on 72nd Avenue.
Westchester.
Yeah, Westchester.
We miss it. I miss Westchester.
Yeah. Is you go in there, and every time we go, there's a superstar. There's a wrestler. It's like the big dogs buy a lot of meat from you.
We've been blessed to have amazing customers and people that support us. You know, athletes and tons of people that just appreciate what we do. So it's always been fun. Definitely fun.
The new location's bigger.
It's allowed us to just show people what more we could do than just meats and bring in some really cool items and just seasonings and now wines and really cool desserts and teaming up with like local bakers and all types of different companies that I think are badass and deserve a spot in our store.
Yeah. Yes. Talk about how'd you get in from. So you wrestled. Who was your coach? Huss?
Yeah, it was Husk at the time and Coach Post.
You know, and Eisenberg just passed away.
Yeah, unfortunately. Rest in peace. He was the man.
He was. You know, I coached with him in baseball a long time ago. Eisenberg was the best. You know, it's so funny. He's a rough and tough guy, but he did ceramics, right?
The guy was he was one of a kind in his personality, and you could go to him for anything, and he always was willing to help you and just a good guidance.
You know, when he was passing away, you know, he still worked at Columbus because he didn't want to just pass away. He wanted to continue working. So he was a class act. So, all right. So how'd you go in from Mel, who was born that way? How'd you get into the meat business?
So for me, it was really, the story starts in Tallahassee because I had to get a job when I went away to school.
Where'd you go to school?
I went to school at Florida State.
No. Did you go to Florida State or did you go to TCC first?
You know how it goes, TCC. So we go to, I'm going to school and my parents are like, you need a job. And I was like, all right, perfect. There was this restaurant there called Gordo's, the only Cuban restaurant at the time. And I was just like, all right, perfect. You know, I'm Cuban from Miami. Like,
No. Where? From Westchester.
From Westchester.
Yeah.
But no, I got a job there, and that's where I started my journey into the culinary world and learning how to cut. And I thought it was therapeutic almost to just take full muscles, cut them down, break them down. And then later in life, you know, I was working in another field, but I came back to it as a hobby. And
You're in the medical field, right?
Yeah, I was doing medical device sales. So I was doing that for 8 years. Had a great career, no reason to leave, playing golf, had a great handicap, and now I don't play golf, but I have a great business with a great team. But yeah, that was.
Your mom still works with you?
My mom. I'm blessed to have my mom every day.
Yeah, I just love when you walk in there because it could be a dark, gloomy day. You walk into your store, your mom's just glowing. She's just happy.
She's full of life. I get so much. Honestly, it fills me to see her at the store. A lot of people come up to me like, your mom's amazing because she's so extra. She always goes and tries to plan everyone's barbecue. So she's like, did you think of your appetizers? Did you think of this? Did you think of, and you're like, before you know it, your mom just curated my entire
Increased
party.
the bill 100%.
Mom, what are you doing? These people are never going to come back. But no, she's great. She puts a lot of life into the store. The culture that we've built, to me, is so unique that now looking to scale, you know, JPM and open more locations so that we can reach more people. That is the most important thing for me. Can we keep the same culture, the same warmth in a family-run business? So that to me is very important.
Well, that's the most important thing. You have a family business, your group.
I think so.
Yeah, and you have a family business. It's important. People want to do business with family-owned business because they want to keep the money in Miami. In April, what is it?
April 16th.
Berry Farm is hosting
Yeah.
the barbecue, but it's barbecue cook-off, and it's unbelievable. I happened to be a judge last year. You know,
All right.
they just know that I know how to eat, meat, and it's exciting. And they give cash awards out.
No, they definitely give some nice rewards. There's some badass teams coming. I know,
Yes.
But I think we are definitely.
Now you're going to be a
one of
team
the
together,
favorites.
right?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
when I was approached by them to cook, I'm not a chef. I'm a butcher. But this gentleman right next to me and I have developed such a strong relationship since he came down. I think his story is fascinating. Austin, Texas, chef comes down with his truck and his smoker, and just hustles his way into making it in Miami. Ton of respect for him since he started, and on top of that, he's got the best barbecue that I have ever tried. Now, there's tons of great people in the industry, but to me, Mel is my favorite.
So I met Mel during COVID. He had his pop-up at Tomorrowland.
Yep.
Tomorrowland. I'm driving through over town, and I know the people that at that restaurant Tomorrowland were kind of closed, and I said, "What is that?" And there's the smoke was. I said,
That was the 4th of July event.
Yeah, I pull in, I have barbecue there, and then I followed him to the brewery in Hialeah.
Yep.
So I don't know. All of a sudden, I go there. It was a Saturday or Sunday, and it was Dog Day or something. Everybody had a certain type of dog. I had to fight through the dogs to eat your barbecue, and then you move to Miami Lakes after that.
That's the story, making it here in Miami, especially if you're not from this city. It's easier for us kids that were born here. We have the network. We went to schools like Columbus that really support us. If you have a good idea, a good business, Columbus always finds a way to support their own and just the whole sector. But he wasn't from here, so to make it for him is much harder. And to get people to just come around and support your brand.
Well, you're in his mafia. So there's a Josh mafia, and then there's a Columbus mafia. You're in it.
Oh.
And there's a barbecue, and it's crazy. There is foodies that love love barbecue, and because you're together, your brand is going to get even stronger.
I think so.
Yeah.
I agree.
I respect what this man does, and he leads with quality. He's a perfectionist. You should see him behind the scenes. Everyone gets to see Mel in front of the scenes smiling and snap, but behind the scenes, this guy's just going at it. This is not what we're doing. I want the best. And I respect that because myself, I am the same way. I'm that passionate about my business. And when I see someone else and recognize them for their talents and their gift, to me, it was like a no-brainer. Let's start putting together this team and see what else we can do after this as well.
Hey, Alex, can you see if you Google Berry Farm and see about that barbecue and see if they have some artwork on there? So, I'm a hamburger guy.
Mm-hmm.
I go to these fine restaurants, supposedly. If they can't cook a burger, they can't cook it. Because people think cooking a burger is easy.
It's not.
It's like if they cook a burger, they can cook anything.
Yeah.
Some people say flip it more than once, flip it. How do you cook your burger?
I mean, I smoke mine.
Oh, see, that's the difference.
That's the difference. I mean, right away, you're getting a completely different experience with the smoked burger. Not only that, man, but the ingredients. A lot of people tend to want to mix it with, several different cuts of beef. Sometimes pork, who knows? You know what I'm saying? But for me, it's just a straight brisket burger, which we smoke for who knows how long, but to a certain temperature, and it just cooks well. And again, the texture, the flavor, you're not going to get that on a burger that you cook on a grill. You know what I mean?
Right. So, where do you like burgers? Is there a certain place you like a burger? In the United States.
In the United States. I'll stick with here because everyone that is probably watching this is around this area. But
Right.
for me, if I'm gonna have a burger, man, I like Hillstone, man. Hillstone has a great hamburger.
You know what Hillstone has great?
You're so bougie. Hillstone burger.
But
It's what
Who are you? I don't even know who you are anymore.
But they have a great baked potato.
No, it's a good burger. It really is a good burger.
I'm just saying, like,
I don't go to those
If it's
places.
not mine, I'm gonna eat it
No,
there.
you're talking to the guy that goes to Arbiter 3 times a week, and I go to Clutchburg twice a
Larry
week.
Bird.
right. So, okay, where do you eat?
Where do I eat?
Yeah.
I eat a lot of places.
We know that. We can tell.
No. All right, but so if we're talking burger, like best burger in Miami, I'm a big fan of Vice City Burger. They were a pop-up like was right across from 11 in downtown, and then they have their own spot now on Lincoln Road. Second, I'm a big fan of Clutch Burger in Coral Gables. I think they got some really unique burgers. But Miami, for the most part, I'm sure there's a ton of people I'm missing on this, but there's a ton of good burgers I've had. I mean, even Pincho Factory has awesome burgers.
They won.
Yeah.
They did what they Coral Gables Chamber of Commerce.
Yeah.
Pico does a good
Pincho
job.
has an awesome, like those Stone Burger, when I first tried it, was like, whoa. You got Locale in the Grove. I mean, there's tons of good burger spots doing it well.
We're gonna have to call Seth Burger Beast.
Ted's Burgers. I mean, come on. If you haven't had Ted's, like that OKC burger he's done, it'll blow your mind.
Yeah,
So you know Burger
great
Beast,
burger.
right?
Yeah.
Seth, he has burger content.
He's a good dude. I met him actually last year at some like cooking, and he's awesome, and he's got tons of like followers.
Huge following.
Yeah,
Huge following.
and the sauces are good too.
Burger Beast is having an event March 31st. He has like 30 or 40 burger people coming in, and it's called the Burger Beast. It's at the racetrack, Calder race. Calder? It's not Calder. Flagler racetrack. He's having it upstairs where the casino used.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
casino. So I'm a burger person. I am now steaks. You cook a lot. You sell steaks to retail or wholesale? Or
We do both. So we work with about 45 restaurants now in Miami, and we also sell to the public. So we're a little bit diverse now, which is, I thought,
Great.
Yeah, because there's a lot of restaurants that people are like, Josh, where can I have one of your good steaks? Because not always, just because you're at a steakhouse doesn't mean you're going to have a good steak. Some restaurants lead with quality that I appreciate and that we've partnered with. And to me, it's a win-win.
Why is it the way you guys cut your steaks?
I think it's just where we source our steaks. It's the farms that are leading with quality. So, grass-fed, grain-finished, no added hormones, no antibiotics. And like they don't separate the calf from the mom for the first 2 years. It's done in a very humane way, and you can taste it. You see it. And that's what I think has allowed us to kind of showcase, what good quality beef is. And, I'm not saying that in the U.S. we have great beef. We really do. I'm not a steak snob by any means.
Oh, I like that, a steak snob.
I'm not. I still go out and people are like, oh, let me guess, you don't order steak when you go out. Of course I do. Sometimes it's amazing. Sometimes it's a piece of humble pie and reminds me how good we have it. But it's both, both to me, there's plenty of good steakhouses that we support.
So you're gonna have an event. Berry Farm's having the barbecue cook-off, the best of the best. You're gonna be there. You guys should put a team together.
We are. It's Mel and I. We're gonna be cooking ribs, and we're gonna be bringing some of Mel's house favorites. So for the
mac.
Yeah.
You're gonna mac and cheese.
I don't know about that.
He has
we'll
mac and
see.
cheese. He has great mac and cheese. He has great cornbread.
You know what's the most underrated item that Mel makes?
What?
It's his smoked turkey breast. The smoked turkey is one of the best turkey, I think.
I think it's underrated too.
You're
I
gonna
think it's
bring it.
underrated.
I
You're
eat
gonna bring
it
that
every
there?
day. I eat it every day.
And you weren't
Do
expecting
you?
me to say
Turkey,
that.
yeah.
It's amazing. Like, Grant, you have to, obviously the ribs are good. The brisket's insane.
Enough.
His empanadas, everything he's done is good. His sauce needs to be bottled. I keep bothering him. I'm like, your sauce, like, I just want to put it on everything. But the turkey was like, whoa, like, I just haven't had smoked turkey like this in a while. So, but we're going to bring out some definitely of his, I think we'll showcase some nice stuff.
We could. Yeah,
Have fun with the crowd.
I think so.
Oh yeah, it's at Berry Farm. It's on their grass infield. They have a grass soccer field, a football field, and they're gonna have a band there. It's the Battle of the Barbecue. So I'm excited for you guys teaming up together.
Yeah.
Are you guys thinking about doing anything together down the road?
It's been spoken about. I think he's, again, I keep saying it, I think he's a unique individual. I think that he's got a gift that I haven't seen in a lot of local chefs when it comes to just traditional barbecue. And barbecue is so widespread. He'll tell you more because you have so many different styles, wet, dry, all types of methods of cooking, barrels and big smokers. But, the most consistent one I've seen Mel.
It's interesting. In Texas, they cook it a little different. Miami, you go to a barbecue place, they'll reheat the meat,
Right.
right?
And they're doing the best that they can.
Correct.
At the end of the day, like, we're not taking away from that because barbecue, if you go to a barbecue spot, most of the time they're sold out by a certain time because it takes a lot of time and preparation.
You don't overcook it.
No, man, and you're also limited to the amount of food that you can cook daily. You know what I mean? Like your barbecue pit can only fit so many cuts of meat, but you only have so much time to cook all of this stuff. So it's not like you can't just cook more. You know what I mean? And it's pretty time consuming, but it's a lot of heavy lifting.
How
you
long
love.
do you? I don't know. You soak it in things like how long do you do that?
Nah, we don't soak anything, man. I mean, everything's just pretty much prepped.
You're asking a guy who eats burgers, pizza.
You get our betters every day. I get it. I get it.
Listen, our betters. I make cheese. Anik and
You know
Pri.
where you got to have a good pizza?
Where?
Local Pie, Columbus guy.
Oh my
Eric.
God, he's a great guy.
Yeah.
His wife owns a place right next door to him,
Mhm.
out in, off of right across from Miami-Dade College.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know he was a Columbus guy.
He's a Columbus guy. Eric.
Great pizza.
Unbelievable. And there's a funny story between Eric and I, and I'm happy I got redemption because the last time I was on the show, you were asking me kind of those speed questions like favorite hot dog and
Right.
like favorite pizza
Right.
place. And because I was in Westchester, and one of my favorite pizza spots was Frankie's.
Right.
But he actually was listening to the show and he was working out while he's listening. And when he asked favorite pizza, he's like, "Oh, here we come. He's gonna give me the
All right,
plug."
hey.
And I said Frankie's.
Okay.
And I love Frankie's. Frankie's is Frankie's home team. It's a good place. But Local Pie, Columbus guy, Eric, unbelievable pizza.
You go past.
Unbelievable.
It is south of. Go on 104th. You go into the complex.
Yeah, right there,
And
right
his
by
wife
Miami.
owns a restaurant.
Yeah, it's a coffee
It's a
shop.
coffee shop right next door, and great local people
Mm-hmm.
and local pie. And he's there. It's like he's there. He's not
And
open on Mondays.
It's not open Mondays, but he's there. His wife is there. I mean, blood, sweat, and tears. This man is doing it amazing. Dave Portnoy from what's it?
Barstool.
Yeah, Barstool was there. Gave him an awesome review. So
That Barstool guy, he is incredible. He goes and he was at another pizza joint, and he said, I'm at the wrong place. He went to Big Cheese. That's where he was going. He went to the wrong pizza. And this guy works it. This is not like he says, I'm going to have this one. He's checking it all out.
yeah. I think he's getting good. I think just reviews and
I love his reviews.
he
how
just
does
went to Ave Maria. He just did Georgie's place here, and that one was funny because he's like, I traveled 2 hours. I don't even think I'm in Miami. I'm like, this guy's in Kendall. You're in Kendall. You're in the heart of Miami.
Right.
Dang,
Right. But it's
He's
funny
like, I don't
because
know where I am.
But the restaurants he's done, I agree with him.
Yeah.
And I love how he grades the pizza house. Hang at this, that, me.
He's definitely made it interesting and fun for everyone to kind of just be a foodie and try pizza.
Right.
And during COVID, it was a blast. And so definitely, when it comes to that, we agree with everything he's doing.
And he's helping restaurants. That's the most important thing. Just because you get a 7 or 8 or 9, he's going to small restaurants.
Exposure.
Right. Helping everybody in the country.
And people
He
are
lives
proud.
does he live on the beach part-time or something?
I'm not sure where
Because he
lives.
does a lot of restaurants in Miami.
He's active. He's super active. This guy's got the strongest motor ever. He's just all over the place. So very, I thank you for, highlighting some of Miami's best pizza.
Absolutely. And, and if he wants to do barbecue,
Yeah.
we reach out to you guys.
And what I love is it's not paid. He does this out of just pure, like, hey, I want to show people. And when he gives good reviews, they have lines
I
for
know.
weeks.
Right.
Like, it's almost like, be careful what you wish for.
Right.
Because this guy shows up and he gives you a big review, you better hire 10 more people and, like call your supplier because you're going to be busy for a long time.
Dude, it's like that spot, what is it, Miami Slice, bro? Like,
Oh, yeah.
what the heck's going on there?
I mean, one, the pizza is amazing. Two, the owners are really good people. We've spoken to them, and they've had a great run, a great publicity. You have David Grutman, you have David Beckham, Tom Brady showing up, and then they're coming back the next day after.
Yeah.
Like, that's huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
I saw that
So-
the other day. It kind of gave me a little, what do you call it? What's the word I'm looking for? PTSD from the first day we opened, dude. We had
I remember.
200 people show, or that pop-up
Yeah.
that we had.
So
And we also have great Miami food influencers that are doing a great job that I think help with the exposure of all these new spots. You got Eats 305, George. You got, tons of other people doing amazing work and shooting stuff that gives you FOMO. The minute you see some of like George's stuff, every time I see something, like, that's another restaurant. I got like a list
Yeah.
of 20 places. I got to find a time to go because he's always just showing like best places.
So can we post it up? We got the Rib Fest. We call it Rib Fest. Write it down a little bit so we can see a little bit there. There's the Rib Fest competition. It's April 16th, 12 to 7, and you come out. You're going to have a great time at Berry Farm. If you have kids, bring kids. You have grandparents, put the grandparents.
Abuela, bring the whole family.
Bring everybody out. Put them out in the strawberry fields or the sunflowers or And if you got little rats, kids, just put them in the jungle gym.
How fun is that? A day event.
You got kids?
Not yet. Not yet.
Yeah,
God willing. God willing soon.
You better not answer the phones on Father's Day because you'll probably get calls. Go, not me.
Who this?
Yeah,
Hello?
right.
No.
So it's exciting. Berry Farm's a great team player, and you guys are going to do great. And whatever you're planning in the future, I'm excited because, as you know, I love Mel, what he does for food, and I know it's good for barbecue, and I know it's good burgers. But didn't you make baked beans that were really good? You made something else that you teased me
I mean,
with.
everything we've got is good, man. I mean, the baked beans are pretty special too. One of our chefs that works with us, man, she has this like crazy recipe that she adds like cinnamon and brown sugar and some sort of, it's just very Southern. Again, I tried to bring in like more of a Texas flair when we first got here, but nobody eats pinto beans, man. So baked beans was the way to go. Found out really quickly what people really like here, and no one likes anything spicy. So we had to kind of like really cater to the area, which is how the sauce was kind of created, right? We couldn't do a spicy, like regular Texas type style sauce because it was too spicy for the folks that were here. So I said, why don't we just kind of like blend it with like a Carolina style sauce where we still have that savory, but now we also have that sweet flavor that would go great with pork and beef.
April 16th, we'll see you guys there. If 12 to 7, Berry Farm. If you have any questions, you can always go to Josh Premier Meats on Red Road, about 73rd.
Yeah, right there, Sunset 57th Avenue, right next to the new CVS.
Right.
Josh Premium Meats, right there.
You got it. Everybody, have a great day. Thank you very much.